In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between AIMS Wave V5.1, which is a standard indicator that comes with the package, and the AIMS and the Elliott wave counting, automatic counting indicated by Steve called eWaves V1.1, and then eWaves Lite by 4-EXE, which is Steve's website. This is a gift from Steve to the AIMS community and comes as part of the new premium membership. In fact, all the paid members have access to it. If you go to your membership and go to either indicators or go to lesson 6. Now, the difference here is that if you see AIMS wave, it's exactly the same, but it doesn't show the Elliott wave count. Now, before you use this indicator, I recommend that you have read and understood the Elliott wave, basically the 10-second Elliott wave book. Let me bring this here. So what you want to do is go to lesson number 6 and understand what is AIMS wave. This link will allow you to download Snorms eWave, and if you want the other version, the eWaves complete version, which has more options, and I will explain it to you in a bit, you can go to 4-exe.com, and then you can go to indicators, MT4 indicators, and this one. So you will still get 25% discount if you wanted to buy the full version, and I will explain to you why it is a good investment if you wanted to go to the full version as well. So let's go back to this. So what we see here is, by the definition of the 10-second Elliott wave count, we have a strong peak up, prices come back to the purple, it's going sideways to this. So this would be your wave 3 and this will be your wave 4. So if you go to the eWaves, it's already printed that for you. 3 and 3, there should be a 4 here that would appear pretty soon. It should have been there by now, but I don't know why it's not there. Anyway, so usually the count above the 0 line is for the bullish count, and the count below the 0 line is for bearish count. So you can't say it's a 3 and a 3, because this 3 is bigger than that. But let's not get into that, because I have quite a lot of videos in that lesson number 6 for you to understand. But now let's actually go into the properties, not properties of this, but properties of the indicator. So let's go to the indicator list, and let's just start with the waves indicator. So the waves indicator has these 4 options, and then you have inputs, which is just this, close to 0 line, and not much. It's just standard indicator. You attach it to the chart, and this is what it shows, right? Let's go to the eWaves Lite indicator, and let's see what that shows. Wrong button. So if we go here, you have a few more inputs. So you have the eWave color. You can change that color to any color you like. For example, if I change it to blue, these numbers will turn into blue. And the look back period. So ideally it should be 140 or 150, and that's where it should be. But there's another way of doing it, which is 100 bars, but I would not touch this or set it, reset these settings. Let me just change this to blue, just so that you know how it affects the change. You can see it has changed here, and that's all it does to you. So it looks back 140 candles from here, and then it would check which is the highest peak, and based on that it will mark 3, 4, and 5. Now let's go to eWave, the complete version, Snorms eWave 1. So that gives you quite a lot of options. If I turn this to, if I reset that, then these would be your default settings. If I click OK, then you'd see that it comes up with quite a lot of other things. So you have the 0 line, you have the count going on, you can change the different time frames, right? So on the daily, you can see it's showing a 3, a 4, and a 5. This is the wave 4. That was possibly a wave 5, but it's projecting a target zone 1 for you. So that's another beauty of the complete Elliott wave, is that it gives you target zone 1 already plotted based on 3 and 4, 5. So that's a very, very useful tool. That you have a 3 up, 4 down. It has already drawn a target zone 1 for you. So that's really powerful. So on this occasion right now we don't have a wave 4, so there's no target zone 1 plotted. If you go to the M15 chart, what we see is that it's predicted, well, it's seen a wave 3 down and a wave 4 up, even though there's just one bar there, and the 5 down, and it has printed target zone 1. Now of course it didn't hit target zone 1, because that's not, you know, it doesn't always hit it, but it is there for you to take the trade. So if we go to the 5-minute chart now, what we see is based on this peak, it has projected target zone 1 to be over there. So if this was to break, it would most probably go and hit that. And if the wave 3 down was to be the, you know, if another 5 was to happen, then this is the target zone 1 for that. Let's go to the M1 chart and see what is showing over there. So we are seeing 3, 4, 5 in that mechanism. We are not seeing a pretty good setup 1 on this. Let me find something else. Let's go to euro dollar. Now this is where it would have shown 3, 4, 5 for us. Oh, what's going on? There's probably some error on that. I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't used it for a while. Maybe I need to upgrade that. But that's a very good example here. Can you see a 3 down and then a 4 up that touches the purple? And at this point, when the red dot appeared and there was a setup 1, this eWave would have printed a target zone 1 for you automatic. So you would have gone short here and your target point would be there. So it was a pretty good trade. Today, this is pound dollar, and around I think 10 o'clock UK, 10:20, you would have taken this trade. Stop loss up there 20 and target point of 35. So that would be a very good trade. So that's the difference between the three. Let me bring GU on this as well, so you can see the difference, and then on that as well. So here you see the count, but there's no automatic target zone 1. Here you have no count, you have to do it yourself. And the benefit of the eWave is that you have other options there available as well. So you have the fib expansion, which we have talked about. You also have a look back period. You can also show fib time zones if you like. That's another study that I won't go into right now, but it gives you quite a lot of different options. This is probably why we were seeing those. Oh yeah, this was my mistake, sorry. So let me reset that, and because this color is not showing here. So the question was, back in the days when we first designed this, people were asking, or there was a question of what is AO close to zero line. So Steve came up with an ingenious solution, and he added this option to it. So when the I've colored it yellow, but normally we colored it orange. When the bars are showing orange, this actually shows that AO is close to zero line. It hasn't crossed it yet, but it's close to zero line, which was a great indication for taking a trade or timing your trades near the cross of the zero line. So that's that. And you have other options available. And there's a fourth version of this, which basically is a much more advanced version, and that deserves a video of its own. It's called eWave WH. So I'm hopefully going to do another video on that to explore, go in depth into that indicator. That indicator is a system of its own. So I hope this short video clarified the difference between the three types of the wave indicators.